Are BlackBerry and AWS trying to create an ecosystem centered around BlackBerry IVY, the same way Apple did with Apple iOS and the App Store? Well, let's dive in. What's up, guys? Welcome to Bullish Bets. On this channel, we cover all things related to stocks and investing. This video, we're going to talk about BlackBerry launching its innovation fund. Keep in mind that we are not financial advisors, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Make sure you do your own research before making any investment decisions. So BlackBerry decided this week that it's going to stop falling into oblivion, and it went up 3% today. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I want to focus on BlackBerry launching its BlackBerry IVY Innovation Fund to drive future of transportation. Some of you might not think it's huge news, but like I mentioned in my previous video, it's a huge implication that BlackBerry is looking to monetize on car-driven data. And it's huge. So what this fund basically is they're allocating $50 million to invest in startups that are focused on developing data-driven solutions that could benefit from BlackBerry IVY's AI insights and support from BlackBerry and AWS. What it's saying is it wants developers to create apps and solutions on their platform. And what they're doing is they want to start a virtuous cycle that will be beneficial for them in the future. So what it is pretty much is they're investing in developers. They make this investment and they're going to be developers in the market that want to take advantage of this fund. What happens next is they're going to create solutions for car-generated data. What's going to happen next is consumers are going to purchase these solutions. And solutions from car-generated data will become essential, and this supply will create a new demand that people didn't know of before. And what will happen next? There's going to be more developers because they'll have incentive to make more money from auto data. Then this leads to more need for auto data. More automakers will pay for IVY as it's essential for the new vehicles. And this cycle goes on and on until it becomes a behemoth. Very similar to what Apple did with the App Store and its ecosystem that it created there. So Apple in 2009, in 2008 had no sales in their iPhone App Store. And in 2009, the sales were around $3 billion. That being said, the mobile market, app market was small back then. People didn't know there was a need for apps, and quite a lot of people didn't believe that it was going to last. But the market today for mobile applications is around $170 billion. Since Apple was in it first and they sold 99.4% of the mobile apps in 2009 and the first people to do it, they still control $72 billion of that $170 billion market size. And they're literally double Google in revenues. And this is what BlackBerry is trying to do with AWS. They're creating a platform and they're creating the need for the data by having this fund. And what this really shows is that they're going to be huge in the future if they monetize this correctly and control their ecosystem correctly. Like I mentioned before in my previous video, McKinsey estimates that the car data monetization at a global scale might add up to $450 billion to $750 billion by 2030. If BlackBerry and AWS with the BlackBerry IVY controls even 20% of this market, BlackBerry has exponential growth potential just by having IVY as a service. Just like I mentioned before, when BlackBerry had a patent for autonomous vehicle refueling, they might not make a lot of money from that, but the implication was they plan on monetizing it and this huge market, and that's the implication. And it's showing now. BlackBerry is going to invest in new startups that will be huge in the future by creating solutions with car-generated data. On top of that, they have a virtuous cycle and they have a closed loop where they can make money on all ends. They could charge money from the developers, they could charge money from the automakers, they could charge money everywhere. And there's just a lot of potential revenue streams that BlackBerry and AWS can benefit from just creating this platform, being the first platform that people use with secure data that almost 60% of electric vehicles are already using, and a lot of autonomous driving are going to be reliant on QNX and BlackBerry IVY. So the future looks very bright if they continue with this direction of building a strong platform in this very hidden emerging market that a lot of people are overlooking. Just to conclude, like I mentioned before, that there are huge potentials for being the operating system of all vehicles, and it seems like BlackBerry understands that. They're not just looking to make money selling the QNX to manufacturers. They plan on creating that platform that will have solutions using car-generated data. And with these multiple revenue streams, the monetization potential will be huge. Like the saying goes, build it and they will come. And with this innovation fund, BlackBerry essentially is building the solutions for the unknown need that people will have. Kind of like mobile banking apps. We didn't know we needed that 20 years ago, but now we can't live without it. So let us know what you guys think. Do you think this BlackBerry IVY Innovation Fund shows that they're headed in this direction, or I'm completely off the mark? So that's it for this video. I was very excited to talk about this today, as it's huge news and it shows a lot of potential in BlackBerry. If you liked our content, please give us a thumbs up. We use this as feedback as to whether we're making content worth watching. Again, thank you very much for watching. And if you liked this BlackBerry video, we have multiple videos talking about BlackBerry. Hope you guys check those out.